I am the absolute worst at picking fights, so I decided to do something a little different. I'm going to use AI to tell me who to pick. What's up, guys? Georgie Bagels here from the Zapata brand, and as you know, I am the absolute worst at picking fights. My track record is terrible. Even though I follow the sport, it's just been horrible. So what I did was I developed an app. I use it for my business, and now I'm using it for the fights to predict who would win. I put all the information I knew from the internet, downloaded it into this app. AI sorted it all out, and here's the results. Okay, so what I did was I take my first fighter, I'll take Canelo Alvarez, and I will put his opponent, Terence Crawford. I put this in my AI system that I've developed here, and it's going to get me a fight verdict. So we're going to do it right here live, so you'll see exactly what happens here. As I put this in my ChatGPT setup, predicted winner here is Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision. And here's the breakdown that they give. The TKO probability for Alvarez, 25%. Unanimous decision, 70%. Split decision, 5%. Now, if you look at this here, it breaks it down in probabilities. 5% for TKO for Terence Crawford, draw, DQ, 0%. Stoppage round overall, over under. The line is 10.5. The pick is the under, and the confidence is 60%. Disqualification is 0.5. The under, confidence 95%. Here's the path to victory. Alvarez should apply relentless pressure, cutting off the ring to limit Crawford's movement and target the body to wear him down. His power and experience at super middleweight give him an advantage. Now, it gives you all the places where it shows me the sources. Crawford needs to utilize his speed and footwork to maintain distance, switching stances to create angles, and exploit Alvarez's defensive openings. He must avoid prolonged exchanges and outbox Alvarez over 12 rounds. And these are where you're going to get these sources. Head to head, it gives me the whole comparison, style matchup and analysis right here. Exploiting weaknesses. Here's all that information and where you can get it from. And here's the intangibles. That's how this system came up with that I put together, has come up with a verdict. I'm not sure if this is going to be all right. I have no clue. I just put it in. I scrub everything from the internet to develop this outcome. The ChatGPT and the custom GPT does it, puts it into the software, and it just does everything that it can possibly do to get the outcome that it feels is the most probable. They're not accurate, but they just sit there and they show you all the possible outcomes and the resources that you have right here. My guess, and it was my opinion from the get-go, was that Alvarez was going to win. This doesn't necessarily solidify that I say, oh, so Alvarez is going to win. I just think that at this point in his career, he can get up for one last fight. So much like what Evander Holyfield did against Mike Tyson, where they thought he was a sacrificial lamb, but he wasn't. He really motivated himself to get to that fight. Stylistically, though, I think it hurts Alvarez if he is not on point. Crawford, I've bet against him numerous times, and I've always lost. Canelo, I've bet against him numerous times, and I've always lost. And the one fight that I did say he was going to win was the Mayweather fight, and I totally lost that one. So here's my thoughts. This fight is going to be a very tactical fight in the first 2 rounds. At that point, I think Canelo starts to impose his strength. If Terence Crawford can't get out of the way and use his movement, which certainly he could do against Canelo, if he can't do that, he's in big, big trouble. I do think he can, though. That's why I'm predicting a late stoppage. At some point, I think Canelo will do what Chavez did to like a Meldrick Taylor. Really hit the arms, hit the shoulders, hit the sides of Crawford and eventually wear him down round 10 through 12. I'm predicting Canelo KOs Terence Crawford or TKO stoppage. Either way, I do believe Canelo pulls this off. Now, again, I've missed every fight I've bet on except maybe 2. So don't take this for the gospel. I put it into the system because I want to see how AI works with something like this. I did it one other time, and believe it or not, it worked. So I'm gonna stick with what AI gives me and say 75% Canelo wins. I just think the KO is more likely, or TKO is more likely. The AI says 75% chance Canelo wins. I predict Canelo wins by TKO or KO 10 through 12. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, I am not a genius at this. I have lost every fight I've predicted, so don't take my word for it. So if you want to win, go opposite. Predict a Canelo gets KO'd. But this is what I'm sticking with. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you after the fights.
Yeah, so part of brand media in the building. NJ Roots, heavy bass feeling. Let's go.